Do you ever wish you had like a little camera to be like curious about who bought an item that you particularly like?
I have a little camera in there, but it's mostly to deter from people from peeing in my booth.
Show and sell.
Hello and welcome to Show and Sell, the show that celebrates digging through other people's trash. Hello, Trash Dragons. My name is Chris, Trash Dragon of the West, currently in the upper Midwest in Wisconsin. Anyway, my shaker says hello and says you should like, share, and subscribe, and reminded me that I sell on eBay and Discogs, mostly media.
And I'm Katie, and I'm Trash Dragon of the South, and I sell mostly clothing and accessories, but I'm always on the hunt for anything spooky, sparkly, and very unique, like me.
Yeah. Unique.
And I'm Joe. I'm the Trash Dragon of the East, and I like a little bit of everything, and like and sell a little bit of everything. And if there's a lot of something, I definitely want to get that.
You guys want to move on to the thing that brought us joy?
Yes.
Yes.
The thing that brought you joy.
All right. The thing that brought us joy. Who would like to go first? Katie.
Okay. So here's something exciting that happened this week. I sell at a consignment store in Kentucky, and it's one of the places I sell clothing and stuff. Now, first of all, I don't want any guff. I don't want even a smidgen of guff from either of yous on the screen right now.
Just no guff zone.
I don't want any guff for buying an accessory that I'm not allowed to buy.
No guffs given.
Okay, right. Here's
We're
the deal.
giving guffs.
So I have always had this belt. It's kind of a classic. It's a Moschino belt that looks like this. The letters sort of move, what have you. I've always had it, but it's always been fake. So I found a real one.
Whoa.
And I was so excited to find the real one. As you can tell, the fake was pretty good, but the leather on this is so much softer. It's just so much nicer. Also, all of the letters inside are stamped. So they all have the label on it. It's also the same size as my fake one.
Yeah.
So anyways, this was just a really nice find, a really nice replacement. I was excited, and I got it for free because I sell clothes there, so I use store credit.
I feel like the guff is inside your mind more than from external sources like Joe and I. I feel like you're a self-guffer.
No, it's family guff as well. I got immediate guff when my mom said, "You didn't buy anything," because I also bought some dresses for my sister, and she said, "Well, you didn't buy anything for yourself, did you?" And I said, "No, I got a belt," and I was immediately told that I was not allowed to buy belts. So it's family-wide, friend and family.
Did you ask your mom to monitor your belt purchasing?
I think that if you've seen the belts, it's a natural reaction to feel like I need monitoring.
Right.
Like there might be an issue.
Yeah. There's no 12-step program for belt
There's no
purchasing.
meeting that I can attend for a belt issue. Yeah. But anyways, this is a replacement. So technically not.
One belt enters, one belt leaves.
One belt leaves. And this was
So you're going to sell the fake?
I don't think I can. This might be something that I could take somewhere where I sell clothes in person. Yeah. Because I think that a store would take it, but definitely not online. Can't do it online. It is a very good fake, and I think someone would be jazzed. But yeah, it's amazing how much softer it is, the real one. It's amazing.
Yeah.
If I had it, I would try to get extra letters to make it spell maraschino.
I do kind of want to do that. I have thought about that, actually. Like, could I get extra letters on it? Is there something funny that it could say? Yeah, maraschino's really good.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, Joe, why did you go?
So the auction I went to, I didn't buy a lot of stuff. I mean, I bought 5 lots of stuff. So it worked out to be, I didn't buy anything big, but it was like all stuff that was like high value, high quality. I mean, high quality by my standards. My standards are kind of messed up though. So let me show you. I mean, actually, Can I show you two things? One is a really fast one, and the other one is a little bit longer.
Let's confer, Chris.
What do you think?
Can you show us two things?
I think he'll do the short sale like he says, but I think we can make it happen.
Why don't you just give him like a 30-second cutoff?
Okay, yeah, I can do that.
You can just be like, hey, you have 30 seconds.
Okay, yeah, I think that's fine. All right, so Joe, you have 30 seconds for the short item, and then
All right.
for length for the older one.
It's funny that they're a short item because they're actually a very tall item. I got this pair of British-made riding boots.
Oh,
Wow.
awesome. Those are cool.
Yeah, these are nice. I just have to figure out how to get the shoe horns or the boot stretchers out of them because it is they come with a little hook. Each one comes with a hook you can grab onto the boot stretcher, but I'm still not sure exactly how to get them out. They both need, I mean, as you can see, this one has a lot of wear to it, so it needs some oiling, conditioning, and polishing. But I figure I do not. I could probably ask 120 for them once they're done. Does that seem reasonable?
Absolutely.
10 seconds.
Okay, done.
No, those are beautiful.
I was really psyched about that. And then my other item was also. I hesitate to say how much. I won't say how much I paid for this. I won't.
Give us a round. Was it between 25 and 50?
No.
Was it $3,000?
Less than $1,000.
Less than 25. That's all you need to say.
Less than 25, and it is it's a portrait. It's a portrait, an oil on board portrait, and here it is. It's a beautiful couple. Look at I love this painting so much.
Mom and Dad.
I helped pick it up, and my eyes were kind of bugging out at it because it's such a great picture. And the thing I love
very handsome couple.
These are so great, and look at they're like overhead lit, and he included the shadows, like the nose shadows, and like the eyes look kind of sunken in because of the shading.
Harold and Hazel.
The Browsensteins.
The Browsensteins, Harry and Hazel.
So now they can just call themselves the Browsers.
But that's
amazing.
Yeah,
that's so cool.
That feels like you should offer to Nick Brewer before you put it on auction.
I'm gonna sell this. I want this in my store because it is such a great it's a great piece, and it's just like I'm gonna because it was reasonably priced, I can sell it at a reasonable price and still make a handsome profit on it. So
exactly.
I have a question. Do you ever want to see who bought something in your store? Do you ever wish you had like a little camera to be like curious about who bought an item that you particularly like?
I have a little camera in there, but it's mostly to deter people from peeing in my booth. Yeah.
What's going on in your life that you're walking into a consignment store and peeing in a booth? What's going on?
I mean, you're either it's happened on 3 different occasions. Once it was I walked in and somebody had peed on the floor, and I was just like, oh, there's water leaking out from because there's also a bathroom affixed to and I was like, wait, this isn't water, this is pee. Somebody peed on the floor.
This isn't water.
The second and the other 2 people people peed in vessels and just left them there, like a cup and something else. I was like, you mother. It made me so angry. It's just it's so disrespectful, and it's just I mean that's the problem. Is I have a booth that is that affords a modicum of privacy, so it's also probably
You also said that you're attached to a bathroom, so there is a toilet right there.
No. Here's the thing. It is not a public bathroom. It is hidden behind a clothes rack, so on wheels. So when employees need to poop, they can go there instead of the downstairs bathroom, which is the one for the Philistines.
That's the glass bathroom.
So
someone has it out for you, and why is it Chris?
Yeah, Chris.
How are you coordinating this?
First of all, how are you coming into town and not saying hello to me? And second of all, you're also just peeing on in my booth? What the hell?
He's not people.
I don't come to your town. I just pay people to do it for me.
People.
Oh.
Yeah, people. Yeah, that Craigslist still works, people. You can get a lot of people to do a lot of things for $25.
Need someone to urinate.
Yes. Do you like peeing in public places? Wow, I didn't imagine this response.
So many
You're like,
responses.
oh, good.
Yeah, like, stop sending me photos. But so I will go. That's
Yes. What's your item of joy?
so. This is literally an item of joy of cooking.
Oh, yeah.
This is my mom's 1967 copy of The Joy of Cooking. Um,
Wow.
It was printed in January. The first printing of this was 1962, so it's it's the 1962 edition,
Mm-hmm.
but they just printed. But like one of the great things about The Joy of Cooking is it's kind of a journey through how Americans viewed food and how they cooked over time, because this is basically just a lot of pretty American style things with like elements of French and other cultures. But
Casserole.
yeah, there's a lot of casseroles. There's a lot of like there was
Mold.
like one of the recipes I opened to that I was just like was tomato custard, and I was just like I don't know, man. Like it's something you could do, but it's like, should you?
Why would you?
Yeah, but there's also I also opened to ham a la king, which I did not know was a thing. I know turkey a la king, I know chicken a la king, tuna a la king, and then lobster a la king. I'm kidding.
What is the a la king? I'm so sorry. And is
I
there
think
an
it's
a la
just like
king?
a basically a creamy mushroom sauce. You would make it with canned mushrooms, like kind of creamy mushroom soup. I think generally.
Oh, okay.
So like the recipe is like 2 cups of cream sauce, diced ham, eggs, mushrooms, green pepper, pimento, and on toast and parsley. It's just a brunch or a thing. But there's also a whole section about brains and sweetbreads, and
Brains.
but they're not like the brain recipes are not fancy. Like it's sautéed brains, baked brains and eggs, and boiled brains. Like whereas like if you kind of go into France and other like European countries, like they get a little fancier with brains. I've had Romanian
You
brains.
saying brains?
Yeah.
Brains?
Yeah.
Okay.
And but apparently you need to soak them for 3 to 4 hours, and they insist that they're very fresh.
Soak them in what?
I think just cold water. There's just like a lot of like Americana cooking in this book, like
That's
kind
fun.
of like sort of refined, like America's attempt to be kind of refined, but not yet really super embracing like the French and European elements. Certainly not a lot of Asian elements or like anything kind of into that realm. So it's kind of very pot roasted meats, kind of use things that use all the animals and then
Heavy.
vegetables. Yeah. And like sort of like how there would be like, what is the name of that? Like when it was in food was stuck in aspic. So aspic was a huge thing. It still is a huge thing in like your Eastern European countries.
Mm-hmm.
I remember going to the Polish consulate in New York for a event, and they had a bunch of things in aspic still like on their like their food table, and I was just like, okay, it feels a little out of date, but I think at one point aspic was a miracle of culinary invention, because they're like, ooh, we can turn this liquid, flavored liquid, into broth and embed tasty meats into this. And that was like, how did they do this with the lamb hooves or goat hooves?
Or should we do this? Is this something that should be done? Should we be suspending meats in jelly?
Yeah, but they also used to cut open pies and have live pigeons would fly out. There wasn't Netflix back then.
I've seen Game of Thrones. I know that live pigeons come out. I have a question.
Please.
Do those books go up in value based on the edition? Like, so for one that was from the 60s, is it a more valuable cookbook?
Yes.
I think the 1981 is the most valuable because it has the recipe for raisins and cocaine. So that's super.
That's not true.
No, it's not.
Cocaine stuffed raisins. Yes, it was it was California cuisine for.
You're not supposed to put raisins in your nose, are you?
No,
That's
you
like
eat
a
them.
kid thing.
You just suck. You just chew on them.
Gross.
Oh
Raisins
man.
and cocaine. Thanks for the episode title, Joe.
Hey, no problem.
And
I live to give.
thank you. Let's move on to our next segment, Unearthed Treasure.
Unearthed treasure.
All right, we're back. Unearthed Treasure is the topic. Joe, would you like to go next?
Unearthed Treasure is the
Segment.
subject header, and the topic of Unearthed Treasure is paper.
Yep.
Paper.
Yeah, thank you, Joe. Thanks for co-hosting correctly.
Yes.
You picked me up where I would have failed.
That's what we're all about. We're like the walking embodiment of a Whitney Houston song.
Yeah.
Or three people in a trench coat standing on top of each other's shoulders,
making a 9 foot tall human.
Yep. Trying to play pro basketball.
That'd be great.
So
I want to be the top. I want to be the head.
I got this recently.
A lady.
You can be the head. So here's what I have. It's just kind of a cool trifle. I don't have a lot to say about it. But it's a two-parter, but it's the same. It's part of the same thing. The first is a picture of the White House from the it's from the Bureau of Engraving and Printing. So this is an official White House portrait building. Anyway,
I would expect no less.
And
Where's all the fencing?
It came with this. A signed card from former First Lady Patricia Nixon.
Whoa.
That's pretty fun.
It is pretty fun. Is it valuable? I don't think so.
So you could feel the raw sexuality coursing through the ink whenever you touch it.
Does anyone buy Pat Nixon? Maybe that's a thing.
That's me. And it was not expensive. So
you just answered your own question, Katie.
Okay. I don't know. I just found out that Calvin Coolidge's wife had a pet raccoon named Rebecca, and it changed my life.
Oh my God.
Well, you know
on a leash.
that Tippi Hedren and her daughter Melody Griffith owned a lion. That you can look at photos. And
does that mean though?
Yes.
Yeah. But also
a little bit.
Audrey Hepburn, young Audrey Hepburn owned a deer, and she would go shopping.
Of course,
with
she
it.
did.
She would go shopping with the deer. So there's pictures of her like in the market with her pet deer.
Of course she did. That's adorable.
I assume they were just best friends, and she decided like, well, I'll call her my pet, but we're just good buddies.
That's adorable. That's too much.
Go really fetch me berries, dear.
Oh. What's your paper, Chris?
Good. Thank you for asking, Katie. So I spent this week in Chicago. I was in there for
Illinois.
Yeah, Chicago, Italy. Molto bene. And it was a lot of fun. I got to meet a bunch of people I haven't met. I've been working for The Onion again on their membership side, and it's been great. But one thing I got was, so they've been doing the print copy of the paper. This is the test pressing they did. So like this has never been released. So the headline is Greyhound to send chimps on pioneering bus trip from Buffalo to Atlantic City. So that you can see the picture.
That's great.
Stanley introduces new sawed-off hot glue shotgun.
All right.
Twin absorbed sibling at 62. Reabsorbed twins. Muffled voice can be detected. And
like that one.
Yeah. There was some really excellent jokes, and it was just like I'm like I wanted one of those. It says like you can see it just says tested on there.
Nice.
So it was just like they're like how like they hadn't done a paper issue for 13 years, so they're like, how does this even work anymore with all this newfangled technology? So it was like a real.
Why don't I show my paper item? That'll be a happy ending.
Yeah, that'll be yes.
Okay.
I got this really cool giant paper cutter.
Oh, I love those.
Yeah, me too. I always wanted one.
Can you make the noise by the microphone?
So there was this really cool art supply salvage where in Savannah when we went a little bit ago, and all of the art students at the big art school there go and, sell off their art supplies. So everything is like used. It was the best place. I got these huge bundles of random pencils and just all sorts of cool stuff. One of the things they had was this paper cutter. I think I got it for half off 15. It was $7.50. So I immediately bought it. Yeah, immediately bought it. Yeah, the blade doesn't work at all. It's not sharp.
It's not sharp.
It's not sharp. It cuts at one point. So I have to disassemble, take the blade, get it sharp. Like, it is going to require some work for it to become in working order, of which I have not done yet.
I can send you a inexpensive sharpening tool that might do the trick. My dad used to use it on his lawnmower blades, and he's just like, "This works great." So it might also.
Right. I could also probably just measure the blade and buy a replacement blade if it was something that I needed to. I just have not done it yet, but I'm very excited to have it, because so far I only have the sort of smaller cutters that do the it's got a little slidey scale on it. It's this one.
You should do a zine about paper cutting devices.
I should. I don't know. They're really fun, but I've always wanted, just like Joe's excitement, I was really excited because it feels like I can mat things, like I can do mats for framing. And I don't know if any of that's going to happen, but it feels like the world is my oyster.
I think you need a mat cutter for that. Like, mat cutters are a lot more, because those will probably, if you get thicker pieces, like a matting board, it'll make it a little bit more ragged. So I think you'd really want to get, you want to like a mat cutter has like kind of the same thing. It has the zip. It has like and it also has like blades that you can like change out blades. And they're big, and I've actually gotten 2 for free. So I gave one to my sister. So yeah, they're nice. It was a nice. I'll keep an eye out if I find another free one. I will give it.
What am I going to do with this then?
You're going to use it to cut other paper. I use mine to cut for buttons and just do other. Actually, and if you like the cutting stuff, my dad used to be a printer. He used to work at a print shop, and he has a giant non-electric paper cutter that'll cut like 2 inches worth of paper, a 2-inch stack of paper. Just
that's wild.
You have to like really kind of muscle it down, but it will do the trick. It is amazing.
Or your son's pinky finger if he misbehaves.
Listen, there are videos online I see of people doing jobs like that. There's like people like mixing nail polish, all sorts of stuff. I bet you that's an ASMR thing. The cutting of big thick stacks of paper.
Mm-hmm.
You might make some money on the internet, is what I'm trying to tell you, with a giant paper cutter.
Hello and welcome to Joe's Paper Cutting.
Hello,
hello, ladies.
This is your ASMR video.
This one goes out to Laura in Columbia, Missouri.
Thanks for watching.
ASMR forever. Joe, I think we have another video segment coming up, which is
it's called Tales from the Flypt.
Tales from the Flypt. Tales from the Flypt.
All right, Tales from the Flypt. We are back, and the topic is, do you thrift while you're on vacation? And I kind of was thinking about this. I'm going to go first. I am in beautiful Wisconsin, where I often go thrifting. I did not do any thrifting in Chicago, but that was more of a work and meeting with friends and family kind of thing. So I was thinking, like, what if I went to Acapulco? Would I go thrifting there? If there was a thrift store, I would. But would I go? Was that something I would Like if I was on like a beach, a beautiful tropical vacation, would I be like, yeah, I'll go to the thrift stores, or do they have them? Or, you know, and I like if I found one, yes, but I don't know if I would go out of my way to find like, if I was in Europe, yes. But if I'm in Brazil, I like my plan when I were to go to Brazil was to just hit record stores and try to buy as many like Brazilian records for a decent price that I can, and then just bring them back. But wasn't thinking really like thrift stores. But I don't know what the culture is. Have you guys thrifted on more like the relaxing vacations, or I suspect, Katie, you've never taken a relaxing vacation.
What is relaxing?
Like just going to the beach, like where you go to the beach and don't do anything.
Yes, I do go to the beach.
But for like a week?
I did do that
Okay.
2 years ago with my family. My family doesn't relax. We're a very high, high-strung people in my family. But on the way in, it was sort of this, we went to the Alabama shores, which I'd never been to. It was a beautiful beach, shockingly. I didn't know. I had no idea. So shout out to the Bama Shore, which is also apparently a TV show that I also didn't know. But regardless, is that
I thought that was New Orleans or Louisiana.
No, that's Alabama State, I think. Roll Tide.
Okay. Sweet.
ASU.
But the way into the Bama Shores is sort of this long road peppered with thrift stores. And all I could think of is like, one of these days, it was like a 3-day thing. I said, I will be going to as many of these as I can hit as possible because I haven't thrifted in Alabama. So I just wanted to know. And thrifting is relaxing for me. So I would like to do that, but I've never been to like a tropical vacation.
Did you go to the Alabama thrift stores?
I only got to one because of time and drama. But if there was no drama, but I fully intend on going back there and hitting every single one. It was a drivable thing. It would just be like I'd have to spend the night. But I used to go to Mexico quite a bit, and those were, I guess you could call them vacations with friends or whatever, and I would always go to the flea market in Ensenada. Nice. Because the flea market had really fun stuff.
Joe, what about you?
I have thrifted in. I have gone to an estate sale in Aruba. I have gone to a thrift. I have been to a Sakura in. Sakura is a thrift store in Cambodia. I've been there. I've been to a thrift store in Uppsala, Sweden. So yes, the answer is yes. I will absolutely thrift wherever I can. I don't go every time because I don't always have the time and energy to do it. But when I can, I do. Yes. I ended up getting a lot of stuff that I shouldn't have at the Cambodian thrift store. But
and then you have to get it back. You have to get it back here.
Yes, that is the issue.
I'll tell you the trick, which is to bring your regular suitcase in a much larger suitcase, and then so you bring one large suitcase, but you have all your clothes in one, and then you can fill up the large suitcase with swag and clothes. And
that is what I do when I come to LA.
Yeah,
because I know that I'm going to shop quite a bit. Also, I have had to ship stuff before. Wait, Chris, I think that the point is that yes, you should try to seek out the thrift stores in Brazil and let us know when you do your trip. I think you've got to do just one, right?
Yeah, I'm curious about like the estate sale in Aruba. Like,
me too.
What was the like?
Wasn't that? Yeah. I mean, I wasn't really I was looking mostly for records, and I got a lot of soca records, but I didn't. Turns out I hate soca, so it was a bust. A lot of like,
I'm with you on soca. So like I've been every once in a while I'll be like, nah, still. The one thing I will say is I wonder if it's like one of those musics that like Zydeco, like I won't buy a Zydeco record, but I'll listen to the music live. It's fun, it's dancey, it's boppable. But yeah.
Katie, you had a question.
Yeah, I have a question. Did you switch cats midstream?
I not by intention, but yes. Carl's was here, and now we're with samples. They're doing rotations right now.
Yeah, just that's Joe's magic trick. He starts with one cat and ends with another.
I was more concerned that I was losing my mind, that I had seen.
Both things can be true, Katie.
Yeah.
But guys, I think we did another A++ episode.
How is it possible that we keep on doing all these?
6 thumbs up! Holy
6 thumbs up! That's also impossible. Good Lord!
Like we're on 100% winning streak.
Yes.
But as you guys know, I don't have my guitar, so I'm gonna have previous versions of us singing and dancing to the show closer here.
Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, hit like, share, subscribe. But if you don't, everything is gonna be alright. If you do, things are gonna be a little brighter for us. As an algorithm controlling all of our lives. Thank you for watching Show and Sell. If you remember, ring the bell.
All right, thanks everybody.
Hi, everybody! You stink!
Oh,
Samples, what a rude cat.
yeah.
Hey, thanks for coming, everybody.